$100 match on your first deposit. Presented by Prize Picks. Doing it out of order, Andy.
Nice.
Welcome to Light Years. If you played today, you got a free square. You got LeBron for a half a point. I hopefully not ruin this for anyone watching on tape delay, but he did indeed score more than half a point today. Were you shocked? No, it's just free money, man. Free money.
Free money. It's Team LeBron, so it makes sense.
You might if they give you a half point for Steph, you're sweating half the game.
Yeah, oh my god! I don't. God, Steph, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do?
What a stinky performance from number 30. You know what that
means?
Washed?
Right? Is he washed?
You know what that means?
He done?
That means we're getting 30 next game, buddy.
Yeah. It's honestly, it's been a rough kind of go of it watching Steph and Team USA. So
you think so?
I think so. I think so. I think it's pretty clearly they're running the offense through LeBron, and it's good, but it's gonna work. It makes it so that Steph is running around off ball, and I don't think it matters for this team because they're gonna be talented enough to win anyway. But it's hard to watch. Steph's getting pushed around against guys that are like 6'7" guarding him, and then Dennis Schroeder who knows how to guard him, and he's shooting like a step back contested shot once every like 5 minutes, and it's not going in right now. So I think it's been rough, Sam. It's been a little annoying watching it, but
it's definitely been annoying because LeBron's doing his LeBron thing where he just scans the floor in the half court. Doesn't really. It's like your motion offense is cute, Steve, but I'm going to do what I feel like doing, type of thing. And obviously that hurts Steph's game a little bit. But like the other part of this is just what it looks like with Steph. If he catches fire early, they're going to probably feed him a lot more. And he's been kind of passive off the bat. I'm thinking of one of the warm-up games a week ago where he had the team's first 10 points. And when he's going like that, like they will all defer to him. They will find him, that sort of stuff. So
yeah,
not worried, but I do want to see Steph go off sooner than later. So
yeah, I mean the games don't really. They'll play another one in Puerto Rico. I mean it doesn't really matter. I'd say like most of these games, like what type of close game are they really gonna play? I'm watching these other teams, Sam, and I'm sitting here and I'm like, are any of these other teams better than that Spain team that we watched that took USA down the wire 10 years ago? I don't think so, man. Like, is Germany the best team out there? Germany's best player is who, right? And then
Wagner.
Exactly. And then you've got
Franz is good.
but come on, right? And so Serbia, is that the team? That team's terrible outside of Jokic. And then France should have lost to Japan. Is that the team? Definitely not the team. Japan's got guys that are shorter than me at every position. And so it's like, I'm not saying that the Warriors are going to win each game by 20 points, but I don't know how good the rest of the world is for all the concern trolling. And I was part of that band that was concern trolling for Team USA. I'm watching all these teams around the league, around the country right now, Sam. I don't see one that's even going to put the Warriors, it's the Warriors, not the Warriors, the United States to the test if the United States are, locked in, right? They're locked in today. So
they have. I will say this: since the game started and Steve stopped being like everyone gets to play all the time, they look pretty unbeatable. Tatum. It was so funny to me. He didn't play Tatum in game one, and I got it. It's like I got why he went the route he did. I would have gone with no Embiid personally, but he went with no Tatum. Game two, he goes with no Embiid, and I think they look better without Embiid, if I'm being honest with you, just because he just eats up all the space for them. But yeah, it's like, it is their tournament to lose, and it does look like some of those clunky preseason games were just that, like them figuring it out, and they're probably fine. I will push back on you a little bit, though. I think Germany, potentially France, are dangerous. Germany has a lot of continuity. Like, they're the type of team who, if Team USA doesn't come locked in, they can start hitting shots. And you know what it's like when you play against a team who has confidence shooting the ball. Next thing you know, you're in a game. And when I watch Team USA, like, they're by far the most talented team. They're defending. They're falling into a rotation that makes more sense, but they're still kind of dependent on like 3 outside shooters right now because Tatum can't really shoot. LeBron's not really a full-on shooter. Keep going down the line. It's obviously most teams would kill to have Steph, KD, and Booker as their only 3 shooters on the roster, but I think they'll get into a tight game at some point.
They will. You're right. Mm-hmm. You're right. They will. Germany's probably the one. Just you've said it. I mean, they've got the shooting and the chemistry. I mean, they'll play a close game. I just, is there anyone as good as Pau Gasol on that team? You know what I mean? Like they got the Gasol brothers are so good, man. The Wagner brothers, are they better than the Gasol brothers? This is no, absolutely not. So but there'll come a time, I think. We already saw it. I mean, we already saw Team USA go down the wire against Germany already. They went down the wire against South Sudan. So I think we kind of know what this team is going to do coming down to the wire. Now they got KD. I mean, it's going to be a lot of LeBron posting up, right? If Steph's hot, like you're saying, pop out for a 3, and then KD will get all the mid-range jump shots, whoever won. I think that's pretty clear down the stretch. But the question is probably, can they defend?
KD, I looked this up. He's over 50% from 3-point range for his entire Team USA career. Yeah. He's played on 4 Team USAs or 5 Team USAs. Sorry, 5. And he's played like 30, just automatic. I mean, he's one thing that I always, every time I watch FIBA ball, because you watch it and then you kind of forget about it. You go back to the NBA. The one thing that always sticks out in my mind is like just how big of a difference having no 3 in the key on defense makes. It feels obvious, but it's just always one of those things where it's like jarring when you watch it in person. And I feel like that's probably the biggest reason KD is so freaking dominant in international ball. You could argue KD is better in international ball than LeBron or Steph are in international ball. Statistically and historically, it's proven true. KD's been the leading scorer on every Team USA team he's played on, even with Kobe, even with LeBron, Melo, all those guys. KD was always the guy who led the team in scoring. It's not like he chucks. It's always, today was a bad KD game. 2 for 5, and he still ended up with 14 points, It's because he free throws, who won't miss those. He'll hit his 3s, that sort of thing. I really think it comes down to how he actually benefits from teams camping in the paint a little bit. It makes him stand out more.
I think it's his ability. So, okay. I think this is a great topic. And as you were talking through it, something hit me. So LeBron and Steph, they both have entire systems built around them, right? LeBron has this whole I hold the ball. Yeah, I hold the ball, I make the pass. And he's the best ever at doing that. Look, Steph's is I'm going to play off ball and you're going to come find me because we're going to play this type of style. And we'll run some pick and roll. And if I get hot, I'll do some ISOing. I mean, today, KD actually hit Steph off a relocation. Steph had to go push Tatum forward. You see that one. So Steph missed it. It was like one of those like, oh, KD and Steph. Look, KD's different though, right? He's not like LeBron. He's not like Steph. You don't need a system for LeBron and Steph. But like really for KD, like there is no system. He's just going to fit with everything, which is what made the 16-17 Warriors the greatest basketball team of all time because KD just bought into the style that the Warriors play and just completely put the Warriors up like 14 different levels. And the same thing I think goes for Team USA is that, look, they don't got to do anything with KD. KD doesn't need to play off ball. KD doesn't need to play on ball. KD doesn't need to set a screen. KD doesn't need a screen. There's no preference for KD. He's just out there and he's just hooping. He's like the remember how great Melo was during those like the OOs?
Olympic Melo.
Olympic Melo. KD's basically Olympic Melo times 10 because he's taller, he has a better handle, he's a better shooter, he's smarter, he's better defender. Like he's just better at everything at Melo. But he's that type of fan. We're always amazed. Oh my God, Melo plays this unselfish style with Team USA. How come he doesn't do that in the NBA? And KD, he could play unselfish. I mean, that's how he always is. And that's what I think. Like he fits everything, no matter what. And so you're right. He is the best ever Olympic basketball player. I actually don't think it's close to take it further. now that US is playing real competition. Like I don't count
he's also like just never, like LeBron didn't play in the last Olympics, right? Like he didn't play, Steph hasn't played in the Olympics. Like all these guys, KD hasn't missed one pretty much since he was 22. Anytime he's eligible for playing for Team USA, he does. So it's like, it's not just when everyone plays, he's the best. It's also like he takes pride in it. It seems to matter for him.
They lost last time, as in like they lost to France the first game, and then they won the championship, like kind of going away. Like that was, you're talking about like adversity coming in. Like, I remember I was making fun of that team, and remember that team that was kind of KD and Draymond and
Keldon Johnson.
You know what I mean? So yeah, there's nobody better. I mean, look, Captain America, like that's funny. I think it's pretty funny, but KD's the guy. KD doesn't care to be like the flag bearer or the face of Team USA basketball, right? So that's why like when he's happy to just be him. I think LeBron probably like wants to be the
for sure
face. Yeah, right.
But I also think just like it's one of those things where it's like, okay, if you just keep a man at the rim, like they just camp out there because there's no 3 second in the key. It's going to hurt LeBron a little bit. That's why you see LeBron doing most of his scoring in transition, but he's not like getting to the rim in half court the way he would in the NBA. Some of it's also because he's older, but it's also just like there's a numbers game. If you're going to pack the paint for KD, it's like, I don't care. I'll pull up from 5 and it's a layup. I'll pull up from 8. It's a layup for me every time. Like I am efficient from every spot on the floor and I'm comfortable from every spot on the floor. So it doesn't really matter. There's nothing you can do to really take anything away from him. So good player, like KD.
Yeah, Kevin Durant, not a bad, not a bad. And actually, and we didn't get to do a show, or at least I didn't get to do a show. His first game against Serbia, and it always amazes me that KD is the best player in his first game coming off an injury. He's the only guy that I've ever watched in basketball where he can just be out an extended period of time and he'll come back and just have no rust. I don't understand how it's possible, but our guy Kevin's the best at it.
I really don't either, and it was what I noticed too. It's like honestly, I should have predicted it when he was when they said he was going to play because they didn't really announce it until morning of, so I was a little surprised, and I was like, oh well, he probably won't play a lot. He'll probably be rusty. I'm like. Afterwards, I'm like, fucking idiot. Do you not remember seeing this guy come back from 18 injuries in the past? Doesn't matter. 1 week, 6 weeks. It's KD. I'm good. Don't worry about it. So
KD, Toronto. I mean, if he popped that Achilles, that thing was waiting to tear. But look, man, he was looking great. Remember, quick 10, a quick 10 in 10 minutes. So, all right, we'll get to more Steph, Warriors, KD, fun stuff. But before that, the Light Years podcast, we're brought to you by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with over 5 million active members. Prize Picks is the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Unlike other apps on Prize Picks, it's just you against the numbers. So all you do, pick more, pick less. On 2 or 6 player stat projections, watch the winnings roll in. You can now win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. And you can turn $10 into $1,000. With the finals over, the hoops action doesn't stop on Prize Picks. You got women's basketball coming up. Actually, this Thursday is the Hall of Fame game. We've got football coming back. It will be on our TV. You can throw more or less picks on those. Man, all the way to the Super Bowl. I mean, we got 5 straight months of football. Man, it doesn't get any better than that. So download the Prize Pick apps today. Use code LIGHTYEARS for a first deposit match up to $100. That's code LIGHTYEARS on Prize Picks for a deposit match up to $100. Pick more, pick less. It is that easy.
Yeah. So, one of the cool things about the whole Team USA experience has been it's kind of fun watching Steph and KD back together, right? Like, not gonna lie, I've been enjoying it. The Chronicle had an article, and this quote stood out in my mind from Steph. That's the beauty of this experience. Rekindling some old flames with KD.
What does that
Playing
mean?
with guys I've never played with before. I'm having the time of my life and enjoying every minute of it. So let's talk about this in a little more detail. We'll start with rekindling. This just cracks me up because Steph knows what he's saying when he says this sort of
guy
thing.
talking. This is
He knows exactly what he's sending. Like, I can just imagine Steph saying this with like a laugh, like a smirk on his face, because he knows exactly how the internet's gonna react to it. Obviously, that means KD's coming back next season. We're getting KD back, right? That's what Steph's telling us, isn't it?
Well, first off, the phrase is hilarious. The phrase is used for, like, you know, if you're getting back with an old ex.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's really what it is. I know. It's just kind of like, well, you know, they broke up. It really wasn't a Steph and KD issue, you know. Like, they broke up because of extenuating circumstances. You know, your ex got her friends are in her ear, you know, telling them how bad you are, you know, and now she's, you know, it's toxic. Maybe her parents are giving her some voice, but look. You know, KD knows he kind of needs I'm not going down that lane, but I think I do genuinely think, because how often do we hear about the recruiting that goes on in these Olympics every couple years, right? Like, this is kind of why, like, you heard the Warriors. I mean the Warriors. I mean the first time around, Steph and KD, like that was the first time around. It wasn't the Olympics, right? But it was like the
FIBA, the World Cup,
like FIBA, yeah. Right? Every 2 years, right? So that was the last. It was Andre, right? Steph, Clay, all those guys. So that was the first time. But like, even you've brought it up, like Draymond likes Levine, Steph likes Levine because of those Olympics experiences, right? And so I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if they've talked about, like, do you think they've talked about playing together again?
100%.
1,000.
Now, do I think they've talked about it seriously or just like offhand? Probably offhand, you know, but that's just human nature.
Sure.
They have to. I feel like we're far enough away. It's been 5 full years since KD left. There's probably a level of like, okay, you did your thing, I did my thing. I think we both agree, you know, it probably would have been better if we didn't do that, but we did. And now there's like a level of, what's the word I want to look for? Just kind of like contentment. Like the agendas are behind them. There's no more like,
I like that.
There's no more like, I wasn't getting enough credit during this time, or like, whose team is it? Now it's just more like, look, man, how many more years do we even have in this league? You know? And when they both retire, those 3 years are going to be the years that define their career the most. They obviously both have long careers, but like, that was the best team either of them were a part of. It's probably the best team anyone's ever seen, right? So I think there's a level of like, you know, the pettiness is behind you. Not that there was ever any bad blood here, but it's kind of like, you know, you get to the end with someone, you stop caring about the other stuff and you start just appreciating some of it.
I agree. And I think there's also an understanding, and I think actually this goes with LeBron as well, because I'm sure they've talked, because I think the same conversation works with LeBron and Steph. That if,
but
yeah. But I think there's a understanding for all three guys that, hey man, if things don't drastically change, none of them are ever actually contending again for real.
This might be the last relevant basketball they play where they're competing for something.
Truly. And which is why I think Steph is having so much fun, which is why I think LeBron's having such a great time. KD, I think they know that this is it for them in the next year or two, which is why I think might even be more realistic. LeBron and Steph seems like that ship sailed last season. When it didn't happen at the trade deadline, whatever reports we got from Shams, and I don't think it's going to happen now. But I think the Steph and KD stuff, if you want to like throw fuel to the fire, like that one probably makes more sense because the infrastructure is there, and we've heard. I mean, Woj threw it out, and maybe Woj is fucking bullshitting, which you know he does. But he threw it out that KD, you know, has thought about moving away from the Suns. Like he threw that out pretty early in the draft process, right? Like, I don't know, it might be bullshit, Sam, but Woj said it. It's not like
also, like say what you want, but like it's not like Kevin doesn't have a precedent of like being over teams, you know, like so it's more believable than Steph's looking to leave town, right? Like
yes,
by virtue of how much of this quote, playing with guys I've never played with before, I'm having the time of my life. How much do you think he's like? I don't want to say applying pressure to the Warriors, but like to your point, this is Steph playing with championship level guys and getting to feel what it's like to be on that team again. And as much as I love every move the Warriors made this offseason, and they got some very productive players, they're not a contender as presently constructed. They might be a move away from being a contender, but they're still not a contender right now. They're probably a play-in team at best right now.
Right. Well, everyone's playing with great players around them on Team USA. I wonder. I'm curious what he means by by that. Because what's also funny? It just popped in my head. Kevin, I realized Devin Booker's on the team, and it's also KD's teammate. So I think that's actually kind of funny. They're having conversations.
I'd like Booker on the Warriors. By the way, that's my.
I'm going way off topic now. Really enjoy Devin Booker in the Olympics. Really do. He's such a better fit for this team than, for example, Jason Tatum. You wonder why Jason Tatum's not playing. Like, I know everyone's all mad. Everyone's all mad at you, by the way. Like, oh, Jason Tatum shouldn't be playing. I'm just like,
it's ironic because like I think I have a reputation on this show of being a Celtics apologist, but apparently I'm a Celtics hater according to.
By the way, I'm the Celtics guy now. I'm taking out your mantle, but like it makes sense. Tatum can't shoot, and he doesn't really do the hustle plays. He did today. He looked better today, but like Booker's a freaking shooter, and he's actually playing pretty good defense. Like he's the guy. He's awesome. I really like him, so I'm with you. I'm in on D Book now, but to your point, I think Steph's kind of looking around and saying, like, KD's got Book. LeBron's got AD, right? Joel Embiid's got...
Derek White's got Drew Holiday.
I mean, there's 3 Celtics on the freaking team. Yeah. Like, hell, there should be 4, you could argue, right?
Probably, honestly, yeah.
Tyrese Halliburton's got, Siakam. But, like, it's lower end, right? Like, every single player on the team has someone next to him. And Steph's looking around like, how far away is Draymond? Actually, I guess you could argue Draymond should be on this team instead of Embiid. But realistically, on an NBA level, right? Like, how close is Draymond to these guys? How close is Kuminga? How close is Wiggins? How close is Podziemski? Like, very far away. Very, very far away. And I think that's what you're saying, right? Like, anybody around
Pods will be on 2028. You just watch.
He will. I think he will.
Steve's. I don't think Steve's coaching after this. So there goes his in. There goes his legacy in.
You think Steve's done after this? Think this is it?
I thought he said he was just doing one. I could be wrong. I could. Pop said he was only doing one. I don't know. I'm assuming Steve's going to do this one and then let Spo do the next one. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong on that front. I mean, Steve's 59 years old, man. You think he wants to? You think he wants to do another couple of these?
I think he loves it. He gets to go to Paris. I mean, it's great. Where's the one 4 years from now? Is that in LA? Am I wrong? The Olympics in LA?
You are correct. It's in LA. All right. Is that more or less attractive? Because you could make the point like, I go here enough, man. This isn't nothing.
China? Can we do China?
This isn't nothing I don't have to do like half the year, So,
yeah. Actually, that doesn't sound as fun. Actually, yeah, you're right.
Specifically for a guy who coaches in California, it's like I might go down to it though. It sounds kind of cool, but yeah,
Olympics. Where's that at?
Well, he's definitely retired by then. So.
By the way, that will be in Australia, so maybe he'll come back for that one. Australia, that's pretty fun. That sounds pretty great.
Here's a random question I haven't asked you. Okay, take LeBron and KD out of it. If you could steal any one of the Team USA players to be on the Warriors, who would you want? You go. Because you're saying Steph has. In other words, you're trying to think about it.
You go first. You go first.
I mean, the lame answer is AD.
Yeah,
it's just a very easy fit. Yeah. So I go with that. But I was gonna say Book would have been my number 2 because it's like steroid Klay Thompson, really. Yeah. I think that's the thing I really enjoy about this tournament is I don't like that the Suns make Devin Booker play point guard. He's not a point guard. Like he can run point, but it's like a waste of he's so good working off ball, operating as a shooter. And then if they close out on him, he can get in the lane and do other stuff, like it would be like if you had prime Klay Thompson and whatever version of 2022 Jordan Poole and combined him into one player. You know, that would be like Devin Booker and the Warriors offense. It's like why we're entertaining the idea of Zach LaVine, who's kind of a worse version of Devin Booker, right?
Yeah,
like
definitely worse.
Such a clean fit in the Warriors system, can carry the offense on most nights, can also get other people involved, and fits the system like a T. You know, like he's not he doesn't need to be a ball dominant guy to be impactful.
No.
So, I mean, outside of the obvious, like, yes, AD, because he would give the Warriors a real big, which is something they haven't had since Bogut, and he's a lot better than Bogut. I think Book would be the one that just like watching him and Steph play together. I'm like, damn, that's like, they wouldn't have to change anything. They'd get like what they used to have with Clay, only with like all the shot creation on top of it.
Okay, I got a name for you.
Not that it's happening, but you know,
I know, because I'm gonna give you a realistic one. By the way, the Suns got Tyus Jones, so just so you know, they got point guard now. That's my guy. I like him. Ironically,
who's small forward, Devin Booker or Bradley Beal?
They're fucked on the. I didn't say I like the Suns, but I do like Tyus Jones. I think Drew Holiday would be so perfect, and I think Steve loves it too. And you can see, and I say this also because I think the Warriors could have gotten Drew Holiday. So it's like semi-realistic, or was semi-realistic. It's just a perfect fit. Just a perfect fit.
I love Drew, but Drew doesn't touch their real issue, which is no second option. He makes them better. Like here's the boring ass lame answer. Every one of these players would make the Warriors better. You know, every player on this team would instantly slot in as the team's second best player. So
I make fun of Embiid, and everyone has made fun of Joel Embiid, but the Warriors get Joel Embiid. We are cooking. You know what I mean? It's a clunky fit, but you know what I mean? It works because the team is better. So I like the Drew one. It fits, and also fits the Warriors' MO. Like, it's kind of who they are. He's an elite defender. The Steph needs someone next to him, especially at this age, to defend. And he can shoot a little bit, and he's just a dog. He's gonna play every game. So I mean, it doesn't fix their 20 points a game missing, but you know, that's
they didn't get 20.
They get there.
Yeah, well, you know, Steph, Melton, Pods, Drew, Draymond lineup.
Nasty, baby. That's nasty. Maybe Pods is your scorer. Maybe Pods is your 20-point guy. You know.
Unlikely. I think he can help the team win in a lot of ways, but probably not that one.
well, a couple years, right? That's really what we've been trying to say. If Pods gets there, maybe he gets there actually, but it's not going to happen.
You think so? I don't think at any point in his career he's a 20-point guy. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong on that. I think he's more like,
would be higher on him than that, though.
I think it's more likely he averages 10 assists than 20 points one day. I think his best case scenario is like one of those point guards who gets you between 16 to 18 points and 8 to 10 assists. So kind of like the Darren Williams, Steve Nash type of guy. I don't know.
I mean, those names you threw out there, obviously, those are great players.
Look, I don't think he's going to be as good as those guys. I just don't think the offense is getting to it. Maybe I'm wrong, though, honestly. If the shot comes around, maybe he does the Jalen Brunson where like, I didn't see this coming, but it works, you know? So maybe I'm wrong.
I'm trying to think of a comp for that now that you I mean, like, because now
you know who his new favorite one to compare himself to, who he always tries to model his game after?
Who?
I mean, obviously it's a lefty. And Manu Ginobili.
Oh, is that real? Is that right?
He says that's one of his favorite players. He's always watching film, trying to pick up stuff to be like him. And I'm like, yeah, I could see why you see that as more attainable than
Manu's very, very explosive.
Manu is way better athlete than
Tyrese Halliburton would probably be close to what you're talking about in terms of like just a very, very good passer. Tyrese has become a very good scorer. And I think Pods would be better defensively than Hallie, but maybe not. I don't know. I never thought about him as a pass first guy. Now that you bring it up, I've always thought about the next step being like, how can he get close to Jalen Brunson? How can he become 20 points scoring? But
well, I think we both agree, like nothing. It's the shot. If that shot becomes a weapon, it opens up passing. It opens up other scoring options. If the shot's inconsistent, he's not like a freak athlete, so he can't like he's not gonna be able to impact the game in another way. So like, who knows? Since shooting is the most important thing I never thought Tyrese Halliburton would average 20 points per game, and he does now.
Yeah.
And it's all because he went from like an okay shooter to like pretty auto off the dribble, right?
Sweet.
Yeah. So maybe it's the same type of thing, pie in the sky.
Okay, I like that one.
One last thing. So okay. We are officially a week away from the August 6th Lauri Markkanen deadline. Did you know that?
Yes, I've been counting down the minutes, Sam. The minute.
Yeah. So first thing I want to say is we have Tony Jones, who covers the Utah Jazz for The Athletic, probably the strongest voice on that beat, has been doing a bunch of interviews on the subject. Now, I'm not going to play the audio right now because it's very long, but he is reporting, and just to be clear, I feel like I've seen it from ESPN as well, from Windhorse and others, that Lauri will not sign an extension on the 6th. If he signs it and they expect him to sign it, it'll be on the 7th of August. Why that matters? If he signs it on the 7th of August, he's essentially untradeable until next season. So it's like if he signs it, he's a Jazz all of next year. There's no trade deadline move. It's over. We could talk about him next summer, but it's over, right? And, we're getting a lot more reports that might be what goes on here. And so I'm asking you, do you think it's dead with the Warriors for Lauri? He's going to re-sign on August 7th. He's going to be a Utah Jazz player next year. Or do you think there's still a chance now that we're 7 days away?
It is not dead, Sam, until it is dead. Until the contract is written with blood on a stone. I don't know why it's blood on a stone, but I don't believe any of this shit.
Kind of medieval, man.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's kind of crazy. Weird. That's a word nowadays.
Too much House of Dragons for you, blood on a stone.
Great episode. Amazing episode. You don't watch it, do you? Or do you watch it?
Nah, not my thing.
I know. I figured. Good episode. No, of course I don't believe this shit. No, absolutely not, man. No. It makes no sense for Utah to re-sign him. Because in this literal audio, and it was clipped, and then it was written in the caption, like they're still looking to tank. They want Cooper Flag. How the hell does Lauri Markkanen help you get Cooper Flag? How? What does he do for you? You're gonna bench Lauri? You're gonna fake an injury with him 40 games in the season? Again, how is Lauri down for that? And honestly, if Lauri's down to just sign money and just be on a losing team and be happy faking injuries and play half the year, that's probably not the guy the Warriors want anyway. That's Andrew Wiggins mentality, man. I'm good. So no, I don't think I don't. I think it's BS.
I think so too. Here's what I think. I think the Warriors made an offer and everyone's just sitting around. And I think we're going to get action. Let's call it 4 or 5 days, August 3rd, August 4th. Hey, deadlines breed action. Now, I'm not saying the Warriors are going to get him, but I'm saying we're going to hear some stuff when we get a little closer to that date. Otherwise, everything else is just a long bluff right now. We know that's the way it looks to me. What's your confidence that the Warriors will get Lauri Markkanen? So actually, wait. Let me play something beforehand because Mike Miller. Yes. Do you know Mike Miller's an agent now?
I have no idea. Who is an agent for?
John Morant.
Really?
He's like actually kind of like a real, he's pretty serious about it. Like he's not like, repping, some random guy. Like he's trying to build a real agency. But here.
I love Buddy. You just get him some cunt salad.
I don't think Golden State can be done. I think if you're serious about winning, they have to make a big move.
And they're trying to get Louri Markkanen.
They're going. That West is hellified.
I think they're going to.
The problem is the West is hellified. It is only getting better.
Mike, is that a?
Look at this man. He can't stop working. He can't stop working. No, I'm with you though. But to me,
wow, it's a hell of wow. I love this video. I love it.
Not just Mike Miller, not just former NBA champion, Miami Heat Mike Miller, but NBA agent, ear to the ground, Mike Miller. thinks the Warriors getting Lauri. Now, he's just speculating, but his speculation is more informed than yours and mine.
Yeah,
being an agent. So let me ask you this. After hearing Tony Jones say he does not think the Warriors are going to make the move and they're going to re-sign him, and hearing Mike Miller, take it for what you want, just speculating he thinks they will, what's your confidence level? 0%. Lauri is going back to the Jazz. 100%. We're marching down Market Street listening to the Finnish national anthem. I have no clue what it sounds like.
Sounds pretty cool. That sounds pretty cool. Marching down Market.
Where are we with the confidence? Yeah, it'd be kind of corny to do that considering you only do that for titles.
Yeah. But we'll do it in Embark It Down or Embark It Down. Well, if you were to assume Tony Jones is like a Danny Ainge mouthpiece, which he's probably more likely to be that than not, and Mike Miller to just be maybe more objective, because what would Mike Miller have to? You would have to look up Mike Miller and see like what his connections are to Utah and or the Warriors. Like, is he close with Mike Dunleavy, right? Or is he like really close with Danny Ainge? Like, I'd have to look that up. Maybe there's some connections there in the back. But if I had to take it at face value, I'd probably go 60-40 that the Warriors are going to get Lauri. Like, that's what I guess based on those two quotes. It's kind of fun though, right? It's like now I'm kind of thinking like, yes, Mike Miller. Is he GP2's agent, or like he knows someone? You know what I mean? Someone like
I'm pulling up the client list. There is no good client connection here. I'll tell you that.
Got it. Well, Mike Miller, he also
Paulo Banchero,
oh, wow.
Wendell Carter Jr., Boogie Ellis. Yeah, there's my point here. There's not anyone who's like he's not repping.
Good for him.
Yeah, he's not repping. But my point is he's not repping like Keontae George and Colin Sexton, where he's getting like inside team gossip,
right?
The Jazz,
right? But he looked like he had a drink next to him, right? It looked like his face was a little red. You know, he's probably being a little more honest than he should be. I'm going with Mike Miller. I'm going with Mike Miller.
That's your guy now.
Who's the other guy? Who was the third guy? Sean, Mike Miller, and who's the third guy?
Udonis Haslam.
UD.
Yeah, they didn't really put that clip I showed you was just Mike Miller for the most part. But anyway, now I gotta be Mr. Negativity. I'm going 40-60. That's where my head's at today. I feel like that's pretty optimistic, but I'm just erring on the side that Mike, Joe, Kirk, Kent, all those guys screwed up. So I'm erring just, I was gonna go 50-50 and 50-50 with a dose of negativity, so I'm going 40-60. But if I'm wrong, I've already said the apology will be out there publicly. I hope I'm wrong, honestly. Yeah. Honestly, I'm truly 50-50 on this whole thing. It's like very you catch me in the morning, I might be super optimistic. You catch me the afternoon, I'll turn to pessimistic. It's a roller coaster of emotions.
And we've got 1, 2, 3. You're right, man. It is less than a week. We are right there this weekend. What's going on this weekend? Nothing's going on this weekend. They're going to be working.
Depends when you guys listen to it, but based on recording time, we're 7 days away. It's next Tuesday. Do we need to do an emergency stream?
Yes.
Lauri Watch?
Absolutely, we do.
Just refreshing Twitter for 8 hours on live stream.
I just realized.
Where's Shams? Where's Shams? Yeah.
Oh man, I gotta go warn Risa. It's her birthday on the 6th. So this thing happens. I gotta cancel dinner resis. We're gonna celebrate. We're gonna bring up the Finnish national anthem. We'll cue that up for next Tuesday and throw a party when it happens.
Just cue it up for next Tuesday. We're queuing it up right now, my man.
Finnish national anthem.
Yeah, man. Nothing,
Is Finland in any of the Olympics? Let's see.
Yeah, of course. They're not like. Oh, we're talking about like a language where like I can't even read it and pronounce it back because it's so out of context to the languages I speak.
Wow. Finnish.
We're gonna have to get comfortable with this for next week. That's what we got. Some homework to do. We're gonna have to get comfortable with the Finnish national anthem. Appreciate everyone. We'll be back. We actually got a special guest later this week. rate, subscribe,